What if all the ingredients for a championship are on the table, but the kitchen itself is broken? Because that's the uncomfortable question hanging over Aston Martin as Formula One heads toward the all-new 2026 era. On paper, this should be their moment. A brand new works partnership with Honda, a state-of-the-art Silverstone factory, and Adrian Newey, the most successful designer in F1 history, finally wearing green. So why are more and more insiders, engineers, and fans starting to whisper the unthinkable? Aston Martin cannot win the 2026 F1 championship? Let's tell this story properly, because this isn't about one weakness. It's about several small cracks lining up at the worst possible time. Every modern F1 car is born in two places, the wind tunnel and the simulator, and this is where Aston Martin's story turns dark. Adrian Newey has openly criticized Aston Martin's simulator as weak, with poor real-world correlation. In simple terms, what engineers believe the car should do and what it actually does on track don't match. That's not just inconvenient, that's a development killer. Under the cost cap, there are no unlimited retries. Every wrong upgrade wastes money, wind tunnel runs, and time Aston Martin doesn't have. By mid-2025, the issue was serious enough to trigger rushed overhauls, emergency fixes, and hires like Marco Finello just to stabilize the process. Here's the real danger. 2025 was supposed to prepare 2026. Instead, Aston Martin spent it firefighting. While rivals refined concepts, Aston was recalibrating its tools. That 2025 midfield slump wasn't just poor form. It stole momentum at the exact moment a regulation reset demanded clarity. Newey didn't walk into a clean slate. He walked into a system that needed fixing before innovation could even begin. Aston Martin's works, Honda deal sounds perfect, but championships aren't won on reputation. They're won on execution. Honda started its independent 2026 power unit project later than Mercedes and Ferrari, and 2026 isn't a normal engine era. It's a 50% hybrid formula where battery efficiency and energy deployment matter as much as combustion. Insiders are worried about three things: limited dyno time compared to rivals, electrification systems still catching up, an internal combustion engine not yet at expected levels. Yes, the electric side shows promise, but Formula One doesn't reward potential. It punishes imbalance. Recent launch images revealed packaging changes, suggesting Honda is still adapting fundamentals. And with only 9 days of preseason testing, there's no room to experiment, redesign, or recover. Fans are already asking one question: is the RA626H fast straight out of the box? If the answer is anything less than yes, Aston Martin starts 2026 on the back foot. This is where the debate gets uncomfortable. Adrian Newey is pushing bold ideas for 2026, a pull rod front suspension against the push rod trend, aggressive aero concepts built around active wings, a shorter wheelbase for rotation and efficiency. Individually, these ideas are brilliant. Together, they are risky. Why? Because everything depends on perfect integration. A shorter wheelbase demands flawless ERS deployment to avoid instability. High-mounted exhaust, rumored due to Honda's packaging, risk dirty aero wakes. And active wings magnify any balance flaw the car already has. If simulator correlation is still shaky, if Honda's ERS deployment lags even slightly, then Newey's design doesn't hide weaknesses, it amplifies them. Let's address the elephant in the room: Aramco money. Yes, Aston Martin is well-funded. No, that doesn't mean unlimited fixes. The cost cap still rules everything. Their new Silverstone facilities came online late, meaning staff ramp-ups, workflow learning curves, and operational strain, all during the most important regulation reset in a decade. Rivals like Mercedes and Ferrari didn't just build fast cars, they built systems that don't panic under pressure. Aston Martin is still becoming that team, and history isn't kind here. Fans remember McLaren's rebuild years: big names, big money, but small operational mistakes that cost entire seasons. Finally, the human factor. Fernando Alonso is a legend, but 2026 could be his final season. That brings urgency, but also uncertainty. One slow start or reliability-heavy year, and momentum disappears fast. And then there's Lance Stroll. On social media, the question never goes away: can Stroll be trusted in a title fight? Championships are won through consistency, feedback quality, and error-free execution across 24 races. Analysts question Stroll not because of speed, but reliability under pressure. Combine that with Aston Martin's inexperience as a Honda Works team, and suddenly strategy errors and communication slips don't feel hypothetical. They feel probable. Here's the uncomfortable conclusion many insiders agree on: 2026 may bring podiums. It may bring moments of brilliance. but a championship? Unlikely. Even reports suggest Newey views 2026 as a recalibration year, with true title ambitions aimed at 2027. The AMR 26 could be fast, but not fully understood, dangerous, but not dominant. And in modern Formula One, understanding wins championships. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and with that said, thanks for watching. See you until next time.